Hello, everybody, and welcome to After the Azure Calm. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. I am the Game Master, and today we're going to have Marines punch other Marines in the face for being bad Marines and not good Marines. And how many more times can I say Marines in this one introductory paragraph? I think that's it. So we're going to go to our chief Marine of our Marine squad, Merc, who is a Marine, played by the not Marine, Nick. Nick, can you give a brief introduction, please? And we need to be brief.
Okay, well, I'm Nick, the chief Marine. I'm Nick, who's playing Mercurius Thorak, the chief Marine of our group. He's also the doctor, the captain, and the one who makes sure that people don't go insane.
You're failing at that one.
Yeah,
miserably.
it's not my fault.
Yeah, and there you are. I just scrolled over to ping where you are. Next up.
Way over there.
Next up, Dakota. Who are you?
I'm Zoran. I'm just chilling in the forest with a big sword.
As do. Do you have an internet presence that you particularly care about?
Not really. No one really searches me out anyway.
I'll search you.
Yeah.
I'll make
I'll
it
be
crazy.
there for you. See it in your eyes.
Okay.
Right, you're with me, James. So maybe get me next.
Yeah, screw it. James, Jimmy, who are you?
I am a skunk man trapped in a bubble, rolled against a tree like I'm a toy no one wants. It's what I am right
For
now.
your safety, damn it.
Entire mood. Aren't we all just?
And what character you're playing?
I'm sad now.
Don't worry, I'll bounce you. I'll bounce the ball
Okay.
later if it'll make you happy.
I play as Jimmy. I'm a skunk man who is also how I am in real life. A toy that no one wants to play with.
Hey,
Anyways,
James.
So dirty. No,
James.
don't do it, Barney.
What I was about to say.
No.
We're all currently playing with you right now. So think about that.
I might leave.
Shogun, before you leave, tell us who you are.
Oh my god. And I started recording YouTube videos, but one, I'm lazy, so I never post them or upload them. And two, since everyone else is doing it in quarantine, I doubt anyone's gonna see it either. The pressure train continues. Next on!
By the way, for posterity, this is all going on during the reign of Nurgle.
What?
Of Nurgle. Because, I mean, it doesn't matter, because
Fucking
Yeah.
Nurgle.
I mean, even if they tried to, like, copyright strike or put a
Yeah.
shadow ban on, it's like, well, you need viewers, and we don't have those, so we can say everything we want.
No, you can reference it. They don't have trademark or anything on
Yeah.
his name.
You're
Well-
not supposed to talk about the whole infestation that's going on around the planet.
Yeah, the Heineken flu, it, like, demonetizes videos, and,
What is
Are
the
you
Backstreet
kidding
Boys
me?
World Tour?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
'Cause-
big up's calling it.
Because it's,
I'm drinking Miller Lite, and so is everyone else.
yeah, 'cause it's deemed, like, sensitive topic, which is a really silly thing, because, like, sensitive topics need to be discussed. You shouldn't just, like,
Did we talk about something important?
well, that's it. You know, even if, you know, it's a topic certain people don't see as important. You know, for example, you know, like trans rights issues or yada or the other. It's like you shouldn't demonetize it because someone is talking about it.
The virus that shall not be named.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna refer to it as the reign of Nurgle.
I like
I
that.
like that.
Like the Reign of
Yeah,
Nurgle.
okay, I looked up Nurgle and I got... That's pretty good, I like it. Nurgle is the deity of decay and disease.
The
Makes sense.
demon
Speaking of
thing.
Shogun, who are you?
I have a super weapon, and I'm growing more apathetic by the moment, so I might use it.
And what's your character up to? The same joke, it still works!
Nope, that's it.
Alright. And
Character doesn't exist.
finally, Rennie Boy.
I just thought of another ability. But anyway, hi, I'm Rin. I do weird shit that works out somehow because I run at things. And that's pretty much all you need to know.
Alright, cool. So, briefest of brief recaps. Arrived at an island. There's a douchey marine captain who is literally named Hotbod. Johnny Hotbod.
Every time I hear that name, I want to stab him.
Johnny Hotbod.
I was
Yeah.
really tempted when I grabbed him and lifted him in the air.
Hotbod needs to be wiped off of the face.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in the air, I was tempted just to like take my sword, just cast it on the ground underneath him, so he would just fall on it.
And
But technically, I didn't do it.
If you're out there and your last name is Hotbod,
but what if you're from the like amazing historical like
I don't
Hotbods of Eastern Hungary? You know, it.
Doesn't matter. Change it.
So, to summarize, Hotbod is an asswipe, like the biggest of asswipes, and has basically claimed this island as some sort of like territory where he can just do whatever the hell he wants. He, through nepotism, he got his position. His father is a semi-important person in the Marines and keeps him safe from repercussion.
Son of frick.
Yep. So Special Ops Force number 69 showed up and we're like, nah fam. And then we went to learn stuff. We went and met up with a dude named Smithy, who revealed as a former Marine who was dishonorably discharged after refusing an order from Hotbod Senior, Senor Hotbod. Oh my god, that's his title. Senor Hotbod.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give him like a little Spanish mustache. And he's gonna go,
No,
ole.
Italian.
No,
Italian.
yeah.
Oh, Signore! Signore Hotbod.
Signor.
Signor Hotbod.
Signor.
Yeah, Signal.
Lady Hotbod, how are you?
So, anyhow, refused an
I
order.
call it my character goal to ending the world.
Because you discovered the Hotbot.
That and other things, yeah.
Okay, so I need to finish this brief recap. Former Marine, tried to just live in solitude, essentially got blackmailed, didn't know it was for a Hotbod, handed over super weapons, thinking, look, if they just leave me alone and don't hurt anyone, it'll be okay. Has come to regret this, and has been signed up. So you have acquired Smithy, the navigator, who's going to help you out. You have also gone and rallied up some trouble all over the place. So there is currently 3 encounters, like actual physical punchy punch encounters, and 1 social sneaky encounter currently ongoing. We are going to start over here with Merc. Merc, were you wrapped up? Were you wrapped up? Wrapped off? Finished? I don't know. Where we stopped last time is you had basically just begun a confrontation with a marine vessel who, well, they started stirring shit because you went over and you were like, hey, this ain't cool. Stop putting bombs around all the fishmen. This isn't fun. Don't do it. And then you got called a dick. And
Bitch. They called
bitch.
me a bitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Specifically.
Yeah. And
Come say it to my face.
and he
And
said,
he came and said it to my face.
okay. And he's super cliched. Very.
Kuwabara.
Yeah, it's Kuwabara. You know, pomp, wooden sword, like almost like a middle school-esque uniform. And he kind of like hops off the boat and he's like standing there, his sword over his shoulder, and he's like, "Do I do a bad Kuwabara voice?"
Yes.
Okay, hang
It's
on.
law. It's mandated.
Okay. You're a Meshi! What are you doing? It's this really annoying voice where he's kind of like caught in the throat, and like everything you say doesn't quite work.
Perfect. Spot on. 10 out of 10. Brought back my hate.
Okay, you little bitch.
Oh shit.
So what you gonna do about it? Huh?
I'm gonna deck you in the face.
Bring it on, bitch!
And I deck him in the face.
I'm legally distinctive Kuwabara! So, you do a punch?
I'm gonna deck him in the face. Where's my roll? There's my roll. I need to...
First name due to, middle name copyright, last name not Kuwabara.
Wow, that was...
Okay, so with a 13 to hit, please describe your punch. Just...
I mean... I'm gonna just punch him right in the gut.
You have 6 arms.
Straight. Yeah. I have...
Punch him with all 6.
I have 5 of them
Wait,
crossed
wait.
across my chest, and then just my...
But I thought he
What?
asked you to. I thought you said you were gonna deck him in the face. You wanted to deck him in the face.
You know, that's fair. Yeah, I was gonna deck him in the face. So I am gonna deck him in the face. So yeah, I have 5 arms that are crossed, and then like the top right one isn't crossed. And by the time he realizes that there's not 6 arms crossed across my chest, it hits him right in the cheek.
Okay, so as you go to the, you know what, it makes contact. You punch, it hits. His face doesn't move. Like you can see where you have hit, right? And you can see like the only way to describe it. You know, like when you like throw a rock in water, it creates like a ripple. If you were to slow this down, you would like see that ripple across his face from your hand, and he's like, "My turn." And oh god, I closed the thingy. I just need to double check if he has a special. Do you have special?
I think you're about to take a trip in the air, bud.
It's possible, or he could roll garbage.
He could roll garbage.
It'd be hilarious if he rolled garbage.
Scrolling,
Say
scrolling,
it's
scrolling, 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 scrolling.
My turn. Whiffs the punch.
Oh my god, there's so much introductory fluff in this fucking thing.
In the PDF.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, that's what I needed. Shoop beep beepity. What do I want? What do I want? What's a good one?
I really hate that I rolled minimum damage though.
That does kind of suck.
I have a maximum of 12 damage. What do I roll? I roll 4.
Hmm.
Wait, you... Oh, never mind. Spec down. I was like, what?
Yeah, 1d6 plus 1d4 plus 2.
No. I was just thinking of something else.
Cooking has that. Yeah, so that's what he's done. Okay, there. I just had to double check it. All right, so you punch. You have hit this dude in the face. You made contact. But like his body has not moved. You definitely hit. It's contact. It's there. It's sword is hooked over his shoulder, like arm, like holding it, like generic cool. I rest my sword on my shoulder because I'm a badass anime person. Because that's what people do. And just to clarify, this is like a wooden sword. It's not an actual murder weapon. He then kind of just like pulls the sword down and almost like lets it go. So as it's falling, he then grabs the other end of it. So instead of the carved out handle, he grabs what would have been the carved out blade and swings up, and he's going to clock you on the jaw. You do not get a defense roll because this is a blade counter. So basically, he took your punch so he could get an automatic hit on you.
As a thing?
Blade counter is a swordsman feat, yes.
Yep.
So instead of parrying or rolling defense, you roll for a counter. Treat this as a single normal attack roll. Oh no, sorry, I lied. You do get to roll defense. I misread. So you do get to roll for defense. I lied. I'm a liar.
You're a liar. How dare.
I dare.
The attack fails only before the initial exchange. Okay. Do I get to know the roll?
Well, you need to roll defense.
But do I get to know the roll?
I can tell you the roll, yeah.
Because I have the option of taking 10 or 15.
Are you allowed to do that before the roll is?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, so his total roll, so it is a 9 on the die, and he has 8 ranks in sword, I think.
8?
Weapon attack, yeah, 8 ranks.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah, these ain't. Everyone's gotten like really low HP, and everyone deals big damage. So a lot of enemies you'll come across are higher levels than you, but it's very easy to take them down.
Alright.
Okay.
Control it is.
So 8 plus strength. So that goes. It's basically plus 11. So that's 20 on his attack roll.
Another 13.
Okay, so 13. Where's? Since it's a wooden sword, it doesn't deal much damage. That's a 2. So I added his 3 strength, 5 damage in total.
Minus my 2 resistance.
Yeah. And yeah, so you both just get like a mediocre hit on each other. Doesn't look like it's done that much. But it's like alright, we're sizing each other up. We're getting the feel. We see how it go. And at the exact same time, over in the middle of a forest, there is a swarm of marines and fishmen, like all running around. Fishmen look like they're going to attack and run away. Marines look like they're going to attack. But there is one big boy and one skunk boy staring down a delinquent Japanese schoolgirl swinging around a big chain with a big ass meaty ball at the end of it. What do you do? Zor and Jimmy.
Oh boy.
Ideas in head, but might not be a good idea to do. Although I do know. Even just.
I mean, I think you should do whatever idea it is you've got.
Where I'm talking? Oh, okay. Why is that being stupid? Okay, can you hear me again?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, my internet's being stupid. Yeah, I'm just gonna charge and cleave.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I guess it would help if I had my. Look, there it is.
Okay, so from what I recall, assuming it's similar to okay, cleaving, yeah. If you hit, you get a second attack, basically.
Oh god, I can't. My internet's going buggy too. Good to know.
Yay! Good internet all around for everyone.
Okay, I can hear.
Alright. So you basically do you have anything to say to this little delinquent girl who you saw just smash a fish person like through a tree?
Try smashing this bitch.
And you see that as the 16-foot person just like charges over with a sword, which is essentially a giant meat cleaver.
This room smells battle.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I need to roll the attack. I don't remember, do I add the strength to the roll of the actual to hit, or do I just add the weapon attack to hit?
I think it takes both into account off the top of my head. I could be wrong, but I'm like fairly certain that's it. So let me just check primary skills, weapon attack. Well,
that's for the hit, and if it doesn't take the strength part into account, just subtract 4 off that.
it does take the strength into account. Okay, so 16 versus 17 on the die. That's freakishly lucky. So you go, "Whoa!" You said try smashing this bitch and swing your sword, and what she does is she as if it is, you know, like a small soccer ball, just lightly kicks up the cast iron ball off of the floor, and at mid swing she deflects your sword with this ball. It just goes thwomp, and then it crashes back down into the floor and makes a small crater. Just boom. And she like kicked that up like it was nothing.
How much leg strength does she have? Jesus.
She never skips leg day.
Okay, now I'm just imagining someone with beefy legs and a tiny torso.
Well, she's tiny little delinquent Japanese schoolgirl, so you know, because rules of anime, she's immeasurably strong, but still has a tiny little physique. Because anime rules. Jimmy! Well,
Yes.
sorry, Zora, is there anything else you wanted to do after trying that? I'm going to take that as a no, there wasn't anything else you wanted to do, and then it is Jimmy. Jimmy. Anime schoolgirl. Staring you down. She just blocked a giant meat cleaver attack. You're in a bubble. What do you do?
I am in a bubble. I believe I am going to transform into my hybrid stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go at her with claws.
Okay. So, bubble. I'm assuming as you transform, you like break free of the bubble, and like
Yes.
that kind of pops and it sparkles, creates this wonderful like magical girl transformation sequence, and then it's revealed to like a half skunk person. No. Ah.
Do the wall where you.
Do you spin around as you do it? You stand there and start
Yes.
spinning. The bubble bursts, and like all the little soap stuff catches the air. It's glimmering, it's sparkly. Someone in the background is playing like amazing, lovely transformation music. Like, and wah!
There's music playing. Where the hell is that even coming from?
It's like Legend of Zelda when you open a chest.
Yeah,
Wah!
who is playing this music? I swear, what's happening?
So, do I add my dex to my attack roll?
Yeah, you add your dex and the ranks you have in attack, if you've got any. Which
I do not. So here we go.
16. Not as good. That's like a 5 on the die, which is not, even with all her bonuses, isn't going to get up to a 16. I don't think she's got the plus 11. So she was busy deflecting the giant sword as you run in and claw and just go. Wah! Like, describe how you attack. How's this work?
So, what happened to Dakota? Is she just at a standstill with him, or did she chuck him?
How I imagine it, Dakota.
She just threw my sword aside, and it just kind of, my arm went limp with the sword sideways as I was staring at her, going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. So, Zor is still stood there, but sword has just been, deflected basically. And so he needs to take a second to pull himself back together.
Alright, so while she's staring him down and then turns to me, I just go up and jab her on the side.
Just wah, 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 wah.
Wah!
Like full on prison shank, just and yeah, that's gonna go, and she's gonna Aw, that's really cute.
So,
Look at you. You're so ugly. It's cute.
can I roll damage?
Yes, please do.
Do I add anything to my damage, or nah, nothing?
Obviously your dex has increased, I think, from going hybrid, so that increases your damage output.
So, I have +2 dex normally, plus another 2 dex from hybrid, so +4?
That'll give you a +3 dex modifier.
+3?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think a claw is 1d4 or 1d6? What does it say on the thingy?
1d6.
Yeah, so 1d6 +3 is what you've got.
Alright. Let's do this.
Wow. Yeah, you're
Not
just
bad.
there, like, shanking her in the kidney. She just kind of giggles and laughs at you and goes, "Oh, it tickles. Oh, look. You're so hideous and useless. It's kind of cute. By the way, I'm gonna kill you."
Fair response.
And with
But I
that,
prefer if you didn't.
with that, what she is going to do. What is she going to do? Oh yeah, she's totally gonna do that. She the ball and chain that's like crashed down in the floor. She is going to like kick that up, like she's gonna hook her foot underneath it and look directly at you. And I'm assuming you go like, okay, I'm gonna brace myself for this. That's gonna be a big hit. That's gonna come. That's gonna wallop me. And she actually boots that past you, like way far past you, as far as the chain can go. And this is like a good 5-10 foot long chain. Can you roll a defense for me?
Oh, good. What do I roll for defense? It's been a bit.
It's kind of similar to attack. So obviously you check if you have any ranks in it, and then it's 1d20 plus ranks plus dex or int modifier. I think.
Oh, I have the thing that adds my int.
Yeah.
So I guess +3.
Yeah, and do you have any ranks in it as well?
Nope.
They should have ranks in it, at least 2 or 5, depending on if it was favored.
It was not.
So it's an extra +2, so it's +3 +2.
Yeah, so
Your roll +5.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
17. Yeah, no, she got a 24.
God damn.
Yeah. And what happens is this ball that has like flung like really far past you, and she just twists the chain in her hand and pulls back. As at that exact moment, the ball comes back and it hits you in the back of the knees. As she is making use of the warrior feat, knee break. Basically, this is her entire round. She can't move. She can't do anything else. She had to roll a -3 on that, by the way. You are considered entangled for the remainder of this battle. So I think entangled means you can only take a single action, basically. But we can double check. We've got all the stuff. Status effects.
So what I'm hearing is that she actually frozen me.
Yeah, entangled. The character is ensnared, being entangled, impedes movement, but does not entirely prevent it unless the bonds are anchored to a mobile object or tethered. You can only move at half speed. You cannot run or charge. You take a -2 penalty on attack rolls and a -4 to dex.
How? Oh fuck! Well, there goes all my dex bonus. How?
I need to roll damage.
How much damage? Yeah.
Yikes. 9 damage?
-2, so 7.
Yeah, because obviously you've got damage reduction. Yeah, she just broke your knees.
Oh snap!
I'm gonna fall to the ground.
It's like, oh, my fucking knee! And with that, Dakota, over in Bay of Wolves, you're fairly certain you hear Jimmy scream.
You mean Rin?
Rin,
Dakota's
not
right next
Dakota.
to him. Rin's over there.
Rin,
Yeah.
over in the Bay of Wolves, you're fairly certain you hear a scream from the distance. Like a, huh. You are stood with Smithy. Smithy is a middle-aged man, no hair, giant Pringles Monopoly Man mustache, not wearing a shirt, just has a work apron on. You are stood in like the center of town, basically trying to get civilians to move. There is a big-ass marine warship. Sat on the warship, you know, there is a pretentious, annoying-ass smart alecky glasses wearing pretty boy anime protagonist-esque character sat with a chessboard in front of him who's going what do?
Alright. I'm pretty much fighting myself IRL. So what I have to do.
How would I kick my own ass?
Alright, so what I'm going to do is what Data does is
Attack his feelings.
I mean shit. Don't call me out like that. Data is he's going to try something that we thought about a while back. He's going to fire one of his hurricane tornado things
Mm-hmm.
at the base of the ship. So like at the water below it. Make it like
Okay. What kind of role do you think is most appropriate to try and affect this big ass Navy warship?
He's not a flat devil fruit roll, so I guess I'll go with should it be anything though? Maybe it should be a death roll? Wisdom roll? I don't know.
Just whatever you feel most justified.
I guess it would probably be strength.
Yeah?
But it'd be like strength of the wind, which, I mean, whatever. Maybe that's how devil fruits work.
I mean, devil fruits are really, like, hard to pin down, because obviously, yes, there are strong devil fruits where even if you are weak and got said devil fruit, you would be a force to be reckoned with. But I guess the whole point of them is it depends on the user as much as it does the inherent strength. So
Alright, that's what incoming top 3. See what we get.
7.
Oh, bro. Shit.
Yeah, you go. It creates like a little whirlpool, and it resembles basically as if you just pull the plug out of the sink, and the ship doesn't falter at all. Because Smithy stood there next to you, just kind of goes, "Really?"
Look, that's a new trick. That's the first time I've done that.
Okay. Well,
Still working on that one.
okay. Well, Smithy stretches just because I need an excuse to stretch, and it works for the character. Stretches, cracks his knuckles, reaches into the front pocket of his apron and pulls out like some bracelets, puts them on and kind of like clangs them together, and in doing so, clangs them together, and like a small, kind of like a miniature crossbow appears. Like it comes out. It's like a little spring-loaded crossbow type thing that comes out of these bracelets, and he holds it in his hands, and a little marker scope comes up, and he goes, "Now, this is what you do." Click, and you hear a very distinctive whirring sound. It's kind of like what happened before, as there is a slow and a small, like you can see a stream of air come off of whatever is fired, but you could not see what is fired. You see a small, like you hear the distinctive sound of like something clanging against metal, but more like, you know, if you just like flicked a frozen pea at a sheet of metal, followed very quickly by the sound of metal quickly expanding outwards, as you see a small hole was made in the one side of a ship, big hole made in the far side of the ship, and Smithy goes, "Oh, that's my one shot for the day." Cool. Was that what you wanted to do? I think that's what you wanted to do.
I mean, not exactly, but that'll work.
Yeah. It's like a one and done thing. I gotta spend like 5 hours setting that up now. So. And I didn't bring any other weapons because I wasn't expecting a fight.
Alright, fine, I'll take it from here.
Alright, cool. I have nothing else to say.
Data looks up at the whoever the marine is, the names haven't been seen, and calls up and is like, "So are you gonna stay on that ship that's being the sink?"
Well, the ship has started like bobbing down, you know, and what he's doing is he's holding the chessboard in one hand, and it's a really nice looking chessboard. It's like solid steel around the side. It's got like marine and justice and planning and, you know, generic "I'm a smarty pants" slogans. You know what? It's like, no, what's the main character from fucking Dr. Stone called? I've forgotten his name already.
I don't know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it has E equals MC squared. That's on the side, because that way you know it's a smart boy.
Yeah, of course.
And he just he stood on the front of the ship as it's slowly sinking down to like island level, and he stands there. He's holding this chessboard, and he goes, "So, what's your favorite chess piece, Data?"
The rook.
Solid, dependable, maneuverable. And he lifts up a single rook and then rolls it down his fingers and rolls it back up, holds it, moves it over, lines it up in front of you as if to cover you with said rook, lifts up his other hand, finger in prime flicking position, boom, he flicks it. Over top anime ridiculous, as this is a big flick, as this rook just flies through the air and smashes straight into your chest. It does not pass through you. This smacks you right in the chest.
Oh. What the heck is going on with these chess pieces?
Oh shit, nat 20. Fuck.
I swear I get crit in every stream I'm in.
Probably. So that is just 6 plus int plus no, that's it. So 6 plus int, so 6 plus 4, 10 damage from this chess piece.
Yikes.
You feel tired. You feel drained. You feel like this thing it's a chess piece. It shouldn't weigh this much. Even if it was like some ridiculous iron enforced chess piece, it shouldn't hurt more than like a small rock being thrown. This exhausts you as it is pressed firmly against your chest.
Okay. Wait, hold on. But I'm always tired.
Like physically, not mentally tired. Like if you wanted to move right now, it would take effort as long as this thing is touching you.
Oh, so it's like stuck.
I mean, you could. It's not like stuck. You know, you could literally go, oh, dunk. It's not like embedded, but it's still pressed against you.
That's a very strange. What's it make? Oh.
Is this Data just figuring it out, or is this Rin just figuring it out?
I was like, what? That doesn't make. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There's that thing. That's the exact thing. Shit.
And at that moment, Glasses Boy does the glasses adjust and goes, you thought I wouldn't have read up on you?
Data then stances up, activates category 1.
Just go, huh? And
That'll overuse my devil fruit.
and you start spinning. Okay, boom. Back over to Merc.
Back to Mark.
Yo.
Cool.
Well, actually, I suppose we should go and see what Maggie's doing. It's because Maggie's not doing a fight, so I don't know what Maggie's doing. Shogun,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing? You're in the enemy base, and yes, by the way, I did edit the last video, so anyone who only watches the YouTube videos will have no idea of other things.
So I will offer him the gun.
As Hotbod flexes. You went to his office, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in the office and you present like this small gun, like no bigger than like I can't remember the size, but yeah, small. And you offer it to him, and he goes, "Nice, nice." So I didn't know you could make them this small. I'm sure this is easier to power. And you could probably get much more bang for a buck, as it were. And so You. What are you even doing this for? You just betraying your crewmates because I'm so handsome?
Not quite.
It's because I'm really handsome, isn't
We'll call that a perk.
it? You'll make me blush.
I have things that need to be done, and they are under equipped and restrictive.
Well, we have the finest technologies here. What is it you need to do?
Well, I may need some, but for now, I'd like to ingratiate myself with you.
Oh.
And so, in addition to this gift, this weapon here, I have stolen some upgrades, or some knowledge of how to implement some upgrades in your existing cannons.
Oh.
Your engineer's been holding back on you.
Well, I knew Smithy was a soft touch. I didn't think you'd try and lie. But, you know, once insubordinate, always insubordinate, as Daddy would say. So, if I take you over to the set of cannons, you'll show me how this works?
Yes.
Alright, let's go. I feel no need to not trust you. I mean, I'm so handsome. Anyone would betray their friends for me. Okay, let's wander on over. And whilst we wander, I'm sure your former friends are struggling along in their various confrontations.
You have whatever they're doing under control.
Oh yes, I sent my my crack squad, the trope trio. No one's ever taken them out. They are top quality Marines.
I noticed one of your ships has left the dock.
Oh, two of them have. We've sent one round
Both.
to Fishman, to Lysoni's Rest, and one to the Bay of Wolves. So that'll eliminate your former friends. So you don't have to worry about them coming after you again.
They are quick to make reports, so
And that's why
let's try and make that quick.
look, legally distinctive Kuwabara. Glasses soft boy, or Glasses smart boy, and Scary Kneebreaker girl. These are their names now. These are their in-canon names.
Scary, legally, and glasses. Got it.
Yeah. They have somewhat of a reputation. They don't like to take prisoners.
Right.
And I believe that would be a jump cut over to Merc.
I'm gonna disarm this fool. He's obviously nothing without his weapon.
Okay.
I have the list of things that need to happen for this to work. And it's gonna suck. Step 1, your opponent gets a free action to perform a single melee attack on you when you're attempting a disarm.
Okay. So, how do you imagine this working? How are you going to disarm? You like gonna grab the sword, or you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the sword.
Okay. As
Because if you attempt to disarm while unarmed, you end up with a weapon in your hand.
yeah. So as you do that, he sees you go to grab it, and he just like goes, "Ah! What are you doing? That's my blade! Stop it!" And he tries to like slap you in the hands. His roll is a 17.
Alright, and then... defense. Or... defense? This goes all the way Oh my god.
Nat 1. And you take 4 damage because he rolled like a 1 on the die.
Okay.
A hell of a slap.
I take 4 damage.
Yeah.
4 after resistance.
That's before resistance.
Okay, so 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Next step. You and the defender make opposed attack rolls with your respective weapons.
Okay.
Is he wielding it one-handed or two-handed?
Currently 2-handed.
Okay, so he gets a +4 on that. Is it a light weapon?
Yes.
It's a -4, so that
Balances out.
actually, wait, no. Is it? It says the wielder of a two-handed weapon.
That's a separate category. Ignore that. Like.
So he's wielding a light-handed or a light weapon two-handed.
Yeah.
So it's just -4 then.
Yeah. Oof, that's a terrible roll.
I roll my attack, which is strike, which is 24.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, he got a 9 on the die, and he has a +11 naturally, so that would go up to a 20, but -4, 16. So yeah.
Okay. Step 3. If I beat the defender is disarmed. If you attempted the disarm action unarmed, which I am, you now have the weapon.
Yeah. So you went to grab it, he like slaps your hand, and you just grip the blade and go, no! He goes,
I'm going to throw it towards the nearest mine. In the
Accuracy of this, you've lost sword privileges.
Yep. You've lost your sword privilege.
with that, he just kind of looks and goes, huh. Well, that's kind of sucky. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna do a thing then. Oh, I know. And he just lifts his foot up. In fact, he lifts it up like to do a big axe kick, and just stomps it down into the ground.
Oh no.
Crater stomp.
Yup.
What do I need to roll for that?
Tumble.
I actually have it.
The tumble check?
They can roll a tumble versus DC of 15 plus half the swordsman level, so 17.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like, I have it here.
Where's tumble? Do I even have a tumble? Tumble. 11.
So I believe that makes you knocked prone. Yep, you fail and you are knocked prone. So you go, whoa! And fall in. So you threw his sword away, made an explosion, he kicks the ground, and you fall over and you're like at his feet.
I'm just like, ugh.
Guy's stealing my move.
It is. So, over in the forest, I mean, unless there's anything else you want to do, Merc, before I jump on over.
I don't have anything else to do.
Alright, over in the forest, we have Jimmy with his broken knees, and Zor. And Zor.
Gonna be fine. I'll carry you out of here.
My knees are still broken!
We have a medic. I'm sure he could. You know what? I don't know what he can do for you on that one.
Oh, God!
Did you bring that freaking blaster you had at the beginning? Do you have it with you?
Yeah!
Use that. Don't move.
Okay.
Okay. After knocking my sword aside again, or the first time, I'm gonna try to swing it again. This time lower, aiming more for the legs.
Okay.
Basically a sweep.
Alright.
Again. What the fuck?
17. Her defense is a 20.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, she's a tanky girl. So you swing low, and she goes, nope.
Well, I'm getting ass rolls too. Damn.
Yeah. So as you swing this time, She once again just kicks the ball like it's no effort and like just hits the flat of your blade, putting your blade into the ground as you swing. And you go dunk. Jimmy.
Alright. I need to ask this.
Mm-hmm.
When she broke my knees, I fell on my back.
You can fall on your back. You can fall on your front. You can fall on your side. However you want it to fall.
You're not gonna want to land on your knees.
I'm to fall on my back. I'm gonna lift my dangly ass legs up.
Oh
I'm
no!
going to spray.
Oh! Oh, that's disgusting.
Please tell me I'm not in between you and her when you do this.
If you are, I apologize.
Wait,
I think
actually,
you're
no,
okay.
He's more behind her.
Yeah. You were coming at it from different angles, it's fine. So, on your back, you just kind of like lift up your your smashed up knees. Pull them up.
You're screaming this whole time, obviously.
Yeah.
So you lift them up so you can get maximum fart range.
You bitch! As I just let it all out.
Okay, what does she need to roll?
It says he'll create a 15 feet cone that deals 5d4 acid damage. Ref
I might be
save
in range.
DC.
I might be in range.
10 plus level for half, fort save DC, 10 plus level or be second.
Alright. What I'm going to say is Jimmy, he knows how to do this. He just turns himself slightly. So the spray only hits her and not you. Because we're not on like a full battle grid here to position this stuff. So we'll set it up so it doesn't hit you, Zor. There will be a way. There's always a way.
I did this thing with I'm like, uh-oh.
So, reflex save to take half. Yikes, because she has like no reflex.
Oh no.
So her reflex save is an 11.
That's not gonna be enough, because mine is 10 plus level.
Yeah,
so...
which is a 12. So she doesn't make that. And fort save. She's got a good fort save, but she rolled trash. She has a 7. Fort is one of her primary skills. So that is going to go up to 18.
Jesus, okay. So, at least she'll take 4 damage.
Yeah, so that's 5d4 of damage from this spray.
Acid damage.
Yeah.
So...
Would this do anything to her weapon?
I've got a plan. 13 damage. Yikes.
Of acid. I hope that melts something. I hope
Yeah.
it's painful.
Yeah, that just sprays, you know what, we're gonna go this route. It sprays over her like schoolgirl uniform when it hits her. You know, you see it starting to corrode some of the metal. This is, it's just that level of fan service where it reveals clothing in a just enough to suggest, but only obviously in, the more erotic areas, because that's how anime works.
Just no way.
It's like kill a kill.
Yeah, that's how it
So
works.
basically her shirt's like all torn up.
Yeah, shirt gets torn up, skirt gets like rips in it, and it's like, oh wow, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought that happened exactly like that? You see her ball and chain that starts to corrode a little bit, so that's gonna come into play to do something. Okay. Whew.
Does she have anything to say to me about that?
She just kind of looks at you, like looks down at you and goes, okay, so the whole hideous thing was kind of cute at first. Not so much. So, I'm gonna get rid of your friend, and then I'm gonna kill you slowly. Okay?
Oh, but all I'm getting is the vibe of that freaking creepy chick from Food Wars.
I'm getting the vibe from Nui Harime. Fucking kill a kill.
Oh,
So-
God, no, you know what? Both of them mixed.
So, what she does is she like lifts up the ball, which is like dripping acid and like rusting and corroding, and she swings it round rapidly. and she like hurls it out, so it flies over Jimmy again, and then she yanks it, pulls it back, and it like swerves in the air and it swings round. And Dakota, you're gonna have to roll defense for me.
Shit, where's my thing? Ooh, cool. Thank God it's one of my favorite skills. Shit, that'd be adding my dex, wouldn't it?
Dex or int, and I'm assuming it's Dex.
Higher.
Cool.
Plus however many ranks.
Yes.
If it's favored, 5. If it's not favored, 2.
Yeah, it's favored.
So 5. 5
Yeah.
plus dex plus roll.
So
Yeah, so 17.
wait, is your Dex a -1?
My
both
dex
your-
is minus. My dex is a -2. My int's a -1.
Oh dear. Okay. So
Why are you wielding a sword?
because
I
he
know how to hit people. That's it.
so
Guy wield a sword.
so this
Have a battle axe.
so this does some like ridiculous anime shit where it kind of swings. You lift your sword to try and block, and what happens is the chain hits your sword, and it's almost like a trick shot. We're doing that because even with the -5, she's taking on this roll to do a thing. It's a 24 because she rolled an 18 on the die. And
Also, Dakota, we're large. We get -1 to our attack and defense rolls.
oh yeah.
Oh shit. So that's a 16, even worse.
So what happens is this is gonna crack you straight in the side of the head, like against the head, focusing on the temple. And okay, almost minimum damage of 5. As you are now confused for the remainder of this battle, as she used concussive blow.
Ow, is there no save to that?
Nope. The defense roll is the save, because she takes a -5 on her attack to do that.
What the
So now,
heck?
every turn, you have to roll a d100. And depending on what you roll, stuff happens.
Oh boy.
So keep that in mind. So we've got broken knees and concussed. Warriors are a really fun class. They're just about debuffs.
Yeah, Dakota.
Alright,
Oh, yeah, you're a swordsman, not a warrior.
we scoot on over. Well, unless anyone has anything to say here, because she's just giggling manically to herself right now.
Just gonna look over her, just kind of swaying, just.
Yeah, you can see like 3 of her as you're going, whoa. Yeah.
Where did
6
she-
skunks.
Where did she learn to multiply herself?
It's a devil fruit.
That's not good.
And she's just giggling or chuckling, obviously, you know.
Also,
Like-
I feel she would say it's a devil fruit just to fuck with me.
Yeah, and this is, you know, we're gonna verge into like seinen territory here. You know, like her flesh is like melting, and you can see like smoke and steam coming off from where the acid hit her, and she's just laughing. It's going. Ah, the big ones are so much fun to kill.
Alright, Toga.
Yeah, that.
Every bitchy, insane girl character you can think of.
Yeah,
Hard.
pretty much. And so we jump over to Rin. Data. What are you doing? There's a dude standing there with Kaioseki chess pieces, standing on a sinking ship, just laughing at you. Going,
There's the one thing you didn't account
and do you say that out loud? Do you actually saying there's one
Yeah.
thing? And he just kind of looks and
for.
goes,
Thing you didn't account for.
I highly doubt that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What is- Data is going to anvil his glasses.
Oh no! Okay, so anvil's a save, right?
Yeah, that's her response.
Ah, that's a 9. As you're spinning, category 1, whoom, and it just like flies up. He tries to like do like Matrix backbend to dodge, and he thinks he dodged it for a second until his glasses split in half and fall off his face with like a big cut up his body from the anvil. As you've like cut his shirt open, and there's a big single cut going up his entire body and face that has cut his glasses in half. And he just kind of goes, "Oh no, my calculations." And he stands back up, the glasses fall, his shirt falls off, and underneath the shirt, dude's ripped. He ain't just a nerd, he's ripped. And what he does, he grabs 3 chess pieces and rapid fire, like throws them and goes flick, flick, flick. It's still 1 attack roll, but it's with a big minus. If one would stay on the desk, that's a terrible roll. If you want to roll defense,
Oh yeah.
which you have to do.
I'm also very bad at.
Don't you have Kamiye?
I do have Kamiya.
Is it activated?
No problem.
And so he rolled an 11, but his pluses take that up to a 20 all in all. But then the big minus he's doing for this takes it down to a 15. So these miss. How do you dodge these?
Yeah, he's just. I guess you know what? I'm just gonna say that he's making holes in his body. The chess pieces would be.
He's going, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
My heart's not there today.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Fucking Toriko.
So he's pretty much just standing
And
there.
you start to see like a bead of sweat forming on Glasses Boy. He's like, but the calculations.
Can't hit what you can't see.
Ah! And you know, at that moment, a crazed look, his slick combed back hair, it like flops forward, and he looks like very crazed and mad. He's like, oh, I don't need to see you to end this. Anime over the top. Attack, clash, action, yeah! Next round. Maggie. You have been guided to one of the towers. There are 4 towers. Did I say 4? I think I said 4. Yeah, we'll say there's 4. There are 4 towers all set up. So you just get taken to the one on the lower east, on the southeastern corner. No, south corner, because it's on a diagonal like it is on the map. Yeah, so you go to the southern tower and you get escorted up by Hotbod. Hotbod. Hard is a different thing. You'll learn what that is when you fight this person. Hotbod kind of goes up. There's like one single dopey looking marine who's just stood there, like grinding this, like just pounding away on this lever, like just whirring and whirring and whirring, and it looks like he's been doing this for hours. And Hotbod just kind of walks up. The guy stops what he's doing, goes, "Oh, sir," and Hotbod goes, "Leave. I've got a very important thing to do. Is I need to impress this lovely new comrade." And the guy goes, "Oh," runs off. You're here with this terrifying weapon, which looks as if all that happens to it all day, every day, is it has people come and power it. What do you do?
Do you have these weapons implemented on any of your warships?
Uh, no. We only have the four. One for each tower. I'm sure in a previous session I will have given a different number, but we're saying four now.
Are they hooked up to a power grid, keeping them all connected?
We tried to have a full power grid set up. We tried to siphon energy off of the town, but it was very unstable, and we didn't want to risk shorting out and accidentally setting one off. You know, there's no point in ruling if there's nothing to rule over, right?
I'm going to need cabling to connect all four of these guns.
Huh. Well, I'm sure
It
that
shouldn't
can
be too hard.
I'm sure that can be arranged. We have all kinds of things. We can go and sort that out. But
What is the typical ammunition you fire from these weapons?
that he gestures over to a small stockpile of long cylindrical cast iron spears. So imagine like a cannonball, right? So that kind of weight, but stretched out into a cylinder with a pointed edge.
I pull out from my pocket what looks like just like a regular bullet, but about the size of a mailbox.
Okay. Yeah.
I have some custom weaponry from our engineer, and if we can get these four hooked up, I'd like to demonstrate it for you. And do a test shot. I've never actually fired this thing before.
Where are you going to aim? Because obviously if you go and blow up the town, then we lose our source of income. So...
Well, I believe I can... Why don't you pick a target?
I suppose it would be nice to get rid of that fisherman settlement. It's not that I want to kill all the fishermen, I just don't like seeing them. If we could just push them back off into the ocean, and they can leave their lives and be away from us, and leave the land, that's all I want. So...
With this ammunition, I think I can get around the hill and do a close flyby. Scare them off.
I like how that sounds. What can I possibly do to help?
Just if we can hook these four guns up so that they will share their power, and we can focus it all into this one, that should be enough.
Alright. Should I get some men to set stuff up for you?
Yes, please.
Alright. With that, he doesn't clap his hands. He slaps his hand against his chest to make a slapping sound, because he just likes an excuse to rub his own chest. He goes, rock hard. Men, please supply the wonderful Miss Maggie with anything she asks for. She's in charge. Except me, because I'm in charge. It'll be fine. Just do what she asks, okay? And a bunch of men go, yes, yes, Captain Hotbod, sir. And they're gonna run off and start doing all that. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do quickly in this scene right here before we scoot on over to continue battle?
No, I have one question for him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a good swimmer?
He, Huh. That's how he answers. he just hums and haws and laughs and doesn't really reply.
If I were to challenge you to a swimming contest, that would certainly not be an excuse to
Oh,
get us both into swimsuits. Would you be able to join me?
I don't like swimming. I'll happily sit in a jacuzzi and watch, but I don't like getting my body all this, and he like tenses his arms and his pecs. I don't like getting all this wet and dirty. I only like to keep the bottom half submerged. It's where it's safest.
Very well.
And then everyone gets to see more of this, and who doesn't want to see more of my tenses? Hotbod.
I will call you when the demonstration is ready.
Okay then. I'm gonna go practice winking in the mirror. See you real soon, Maggie. Finger guns, exit. Pew 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 pew. And we scoot on over. Merc! You're in a crater on the floor.
I am on the floor. I'm gonna stand up because all it takes is a move action, and I'm punch him.
Okay. I don't know if standing up invokes an attack of opportunity. I can't bother to look it up, so we won't do it.
Say it does?
Yeah,
I've been looking at all these different cool moves and stuff that we can do, and it says, like, as a move action, stand up. Standing up from a prone position requires a move action.
Alright, cool. If it doesn't state, then we're just gonna say it doesn't. So how do you stand up? Is it like a slow use all 6 arms and you like just stand yourself up, or do you like do a cool martial arts like tip up, like you roll onto your shoulders and like jump up to punch? Or
can I short Yukin him?
Yes, you fucking can.
It has a combined move and attack action. Just
what's the name of this punch?
Face down in the sand and just growl at being in the sand, and then just fuck you.
Please tell me you're 3-arm punching this just so he gets a good hit.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Alright.
Where? There. Punch.
I'm glad some of us are making headway.
No.
He rolled a nat 1.
My fucking knees!
I rolled a 3.
He rolled a nat 1.
3, which gave a 9 of a 9 total.
Well, he rolled a nat 1.
And
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I dealt 10 damage.
Yeah, so 3 fists just go boom, 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 all crack. Like, do we want it to be like?
I say stomach, chest, face.
Or do we want all 3 fists to like collect and hit directly under the chin?
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got like 3 fists.
Send him straight up into the sky and probably land back down in the sand.
Roll. What's your strength?
My strength is where'd it go? It's all the way at the top. It's a 15, so plus 2.
Alright, roll me d20 plus 2.
D20 plus 2, you say? That's a 22.
Alright. You punch him, and he seems to fly 22 feet into the air. So he's going to take 2d6 fall damage when he hits the floor.
Fantastic.
On top of the 10 damage he just took. I've got another 6 somewhere. There we go. Yeah, and as he falls, he goes boom. He falls into the little crater he made. And there's a big like cloud of sand that comes up, and he slowly stands up and he goes, "Right, that was a good one. You got me there. Yeah, I thought I had you in the first half, not gonna lie. But and he's swaying, and as the cloud of sand settles, you see this guy is basically unconscious. This is almost like entirely on instinct. Like he's got like almost nothing left in him. And he goes, "All right, bring it on, fish boy. I'm gonna hurt my fruit apparently by talking in this really stupid voice. What can I even do? All right."
I was gonna say we could say the punch knocked his vocal cords around a little bit. His voice changes.
This voice is changing all the time because I can't really maintain it. Because it's a really particular voice. I'm gonna just say you knocked him like 5 feet away. I'm gonna drop that for a second. So he's like 5 feet away from me. It's like a 5-foot gap. He goes, "Alright, I may not have a weapon, but I don't need a sword to cut the air. Yeah!" And he's gonna try and do his air cutter. So it's a -2. And basically he's just gonna do like anime ranged sword attack. Oh, that's a 4 on the die. So even with his plus 11, with a -2, that's down to a 13.
Let's take 10. I get a 15.
Yeah. So the slash of wind just goes, and he's just swaying. You can finish this in one hit if you want to finish this combat here.
First, I want to ask a question.
To me, to him, to the world.
To him.
Mm-hmm.
What would the captain do to you if you came back a failure?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm completely honest. I've never failed, so I don't know. I mean, I don't want it, cause you think I'm tough. I never been able to put a scratch on the captain. Guy's as hard as rock.
Do you know what happened to your predecessor?
Who?
Yep, that's what I thought. And punch. Gold glove.
Do you have an anime ass way to finish this? Like,
Or a different glove on every fifth.
Currently no, but it is the goal in the future.
I mean, you can flavor it if you want, or is this still just like, are you Saitamaing this like basic punch? Doof.
Basic punch.
Oh no, I was just saying, do the typical anime thing when they're swaying and you're done with them, just a little flick and they fall over.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just gonna be a punch straight in the chest, and he just kind of falls backwards.
yeah, just and he just goes, ugh. Well, witty
So-
finishing line. Doof. Falls over, unconscious. Victory.
Screaming, I heard screaming.
My fucking knee!
So,
Knees.
Merc, where are you headed?
To Jimmy.
Alright.
Well, I guess I know where one of them is.
Just point out the ship he was on. You see all the people on there, they go, "We ain't fucking with this." And they put their weapons down, they go, "Nope." In fact,
Ship just leaves.
they're gonna actively surrender and be like, "You're our new boss. What do we do?"
Take the mines out of the water.
"You betcha, sir." And you see them all just jump in and they're gonna start clearing up the mines.
Good.
In the forest. And this forest, just to repaint the picture, it's dead. You know, it's just dead trees everywhere, you know, dead grass. occasional like tree stump which has been like ripped up and destroyed. It's a horrible place. We have one skunky boy with broken knees. We have one big boy with little cartoon birds flying around his head, and one scantily clad anime schoolgirl giggling to herself. Zor, you need to roll me a percentile.
Oh boy.
50. Okay, so
Dead even, wow.
okay, so 1 to 10, you attack the causer of the status with melee or ranged weapon. 11 to 20, you act normally. 21 to 50, do nothing but babble incoherently.
So just like normal?
Wow.
Jimmy!
Why is it the higher numbers are the penalizing ones? What the fuck?
Ah,
Because fuck you, that's why.
That makes no sense. But again,
did she move away from me, like, at all?
She has not moved. She is basically stood in place because she is using full round action, so she doesn't move at all.
Then I'm gonna try to flip myself and go for horny caps with claw again.
Okay, you like
See how this
roll
bitch likes
over
it.
and go. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
I'm gonna kind of like to see how this goes.
No, you made the wrong noise. It was whack, whack, whack.
Of course it is. All right, go for it, bud.
Alright, and this has none of my bonuses, so it's just a d20.
Wait, none of your bonuses.
Because she broke my kneecap, so it takes away -4 dex.
Okay, also ranks in weapon,
I'd-
unarmed.
I'm not sure if you realize this yet, but I understand nothing of the ranks.
Okay,
Okay,
so if it's a favored skill, right? Because at level 1 you got to choose like 3 primary skills to be favored, I think. They all have 5 ranks. If they don't, they've got 2, I think, at this point.
everything that's favored is 5, everything that's not favored is 2.
Yeah.
It was 4 of the primary skills.
Let me mention, I have hide, invent, research, gather information, appraise.
Those are all secondary skills.
Wait, do you not?
Primary, I have initiative, reflex, and will.
Okay, yeah, that'd
Should
be
have
why.
one more.
Should I?
It's 3.
3?
Yeah, 3. I think.
I mean, I'll have to double check. Oh wait, it's right there. I can tell. Everyone starts with wrong rank in every primary skill. Okay, no, it doesn't tell you how many you start with. And
Cool. Then I changed probably
Favor
6
skills.
before.
Favor skills. We choose 4 primary and 6
Oh.
secondary skills to mark as favored.
Oh.
Oh.
boom.
Oh.
So yeah, it has been 4. That might mean everyone's got their characters set up wrong. We'll find out.
Would this be unarmed strike?
Claw, yes, counts as unarmed.
Then I'll favor that then.
I don't know about that one.
Mm,
You might want to go with the second.
yeah. I'm getting the shit kicked out of me.
Okay.
What are your favors?
Initiative, reflex save, and will save.
You probably
Yeah, probably.
My internet's not working out. How long does the concussed state last?
Remainder of this battle.
Yeah.
Great.
So, he's a lunatic, and my knees are smashed.
Yup.
Don't worry, Captain's on his way.
Okay, so
So, what do I add if it's not favored then, Nick?
2.
2.
Okay.
All non-favored skills gain a point every other level.
Yeah, so that's level 2, 4, 6, 8, etc.
Oh my god.
That's a 7.
Okay. Maybe she'll roll really bad. I mean, unless she rolls a nat 1 because she has an 11 defense. She rolled a 2.
That's real close.
So close, bud. You're just going like, ah, ah. And she just kind of looks down at you and goes, no, no. And what she does is she gets a weapon, she hoiks it up, and she starts winding it up. She just spins it. It's winding. It's building speed and power and terrifyingness. She is using the standard action wind up. So she's going to increase her damage by 1d6. Now, can she do that?
I'll go ahead and prepare my defense roll.
And she looks down at you, and she's like, "Oh, sweetie, you don't remember I was gonna kill your friend first, and now I'm gonna kill you slowly." So she's got this big wind up, and while still staring directly at you, she just lets it fly like over her shoulder to go and smack Zor. Zor, defense roll. Her attack is a 23.
Does he even need to? Well, I guess if you get a nat 20. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I'm fucked.
So her damage is increased by a d6. Warriors are fucking OP, man.
Actually, I just realized, even though I'm in this delirious state that I just babble, I'm guessing I can't do anything like even go into a stance or anything?
I don't think so, no. I think it's like, yeah, that's your turn gone, sadly.
That's some hoe shit.
Let me just quickly double check. Beginning of your turn. Oh, okay. Any confused character that is attacked automatically attacks its attackers on its next turn. So, it's not every turn. So if you get hit...
Okay, so I got thunked, and now I'm going to hit next turn.
I'm going to warn you, this is a big hit, so I hope you've got good hit points.
Bring it.
16 damage?
Minus 2 is 14. I think that's out.
Nope. I got 2 left. What? I have 20 total.
Damn.
20?
I have blooded, as well as my cons of +3.
So there's this thing, like, smacks you in the chest. You go, ugh. Then everything comes into clarity for a second. Alright, next turn, I'm gonna take her down. And, we'll do like we did for Merc, because she's not looking too hot. The acid really did a lot to her. So, Zor, how do you follow up? You've got a giant iron ball in your chest attached to a chain.
Need to look something up real quick and see because I'm thinking this is going to be fun. I just need to look up to make sure I can actually do it. That's so correct. I need to further up. Okay. It's not here. Oh, it's actually no, it's because I was already in the right place to get it. I just scrolled all the way up for nothing. Now I gotta scroll all the way back down and find it.
Oh dear.
That won't help me at all. Okay. In that case, just to give us hopefully some helping hand here, I'm going to cleave straight down, aiming directly at her head.
Oh, damn. Okay. Go for it. 19. She rolled a 3. So even with her plus 11, that's a hit.
Alright, and then let's see. Oh, did we ever say what the damage of the cleaver was? See, I'm doing it.
I vaguely recall saying it was like a D10.
Yeah, it was a D10 two-handed, which is what I'm doing. And so that'd be.
Is cleaver standard action?
I'm not cleaving it. I'm just taking it and I'm just slamming it down.
Ah, okay. So I was about to say,
No.
did you want to ignite the sword for extra damage? For anime reasons? We'll say you did that.
Just the sheer force of it going down ignites it.
Ah, hell yeah. So, I think we said that's an additional D4 fire damage, didn't we?
Yeah, and then and my weapon attack, that's a +5. So there's that. And then max damage on the fire.
Okay, so that's 12 damage in total that just cracks down. It smacks onto her head as you slash down, and you cut the chain in her hand, so the ball that was embedded in your chest, that hits the ground. She's standing, she's swaying around, she's going like, what? This isn't... Jimmy, claim your vengeance. Finish her.
Alright.
Just remember, she's on fire, so if you want to figure out a way to just make her ablaze, go ahead.
Well, it just so happens I was stocking up at that military base as I reach in my pocket and grab a bottle of oil.
Uh-oh. Oh my god. You know what I've just realized? Jimmy is our Usopp. Gets beaten the living fuck out of. Every time. But always has like this ridiculous over the top win.
So,
Before you throw it, I look over. So, did you remember to sprinkle a little bit of that gunpowder in it?
oh yeah. No way I wasn't. Especially for what it's gonna be used for. Oil bomb.
And she's looking at you. The rest of her schoolgirl outfit is on fire. And thankfully the fire is there just enough so you can't see any of the no-no bits. She turns and looks at you and goes, wait, what? What?
Gonna kill me slowly, huh? That's for my kneecaps.
Just... The best part is, oil, splash weapon, you don't really need to roll for it, because even if you don't hit her, it'll hit next to her, which will still set her on fire. It'll still explode. So, boom. Explosion. Down. Victory.
And for story purposes, I know it's not like the best, but I like to say, with the immense amount of pain I'm in, Jimmy collapses. Like, he passes out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say also, I kind of like.
I have
over,
5
like,
health, but
I walk
still.
over, pick him up, go to start carrying him, and then I too just fall on my face.
Okay. Alright, let's...
Well, that wakes me up then. Just like, ah! Fuck my knees!
Well, I don't land on you, more like when I fall on my face.
It doesn't
you kinda
matter,
go
you still
over me.
drop me, which janked my legs.
Well, at least you'll be able to call Captain.
I have this image of Zor having fallen over on top of Jimmy, and Jimmy's legs are broken, so he can't fall out.
No,
He's
no,
just...
for comedic purposes.
Let's do that.
The fall pops his knees back into place.
Yeah.
No, it's not out of place, it's smashed. There's a difference.
Oh
Fuck
god.
I'm gonna go with Jimmy collapses on the ground, and then Zora walks over to go pick him up, and as he's bending down to pick him up, he goes, "Oh, there it is," and falls over and lands on Jimmy.
I like to imagine Marcus coming over like, I thought I heard it screaming. Where'd it go? Ah! There it is!
But best way of doing it.
Well,
I land
before
just
this,
his head is poking out, so his voice is still clearly heard.
before the scream, there's a giant explosion and a pillar of fire upsetting. He goes, ah, there they are.
And
Looks beside. Get him off! Get him off! Get him off!
We'll get there when we get there. But as for now, victory and pass out.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Rin,
For him.
you are
He'll
here.
probably pass out again from the pain eventually.
You look like you've got glasses, boy, on the ropes. Although he's just gone full on end of Death Note, light Yagami, manic. I'm gonna go nuts and kill everybody anyway mode. What do?
What does it? I'm not sure what he's about to do.
Okay, so
Uh,
I'm gonna say what he's done is he's doing a very stereotypical I'm gonna go nuts thing, you know, where they kind of like stand there, their head down and their back is jutting upwards and their arms are hanging and there's like this
yeah.
and you see he dropped the chessboard and like countless chess pieces, you know, how many chess pieces are there in a set? Like 32? Because it's 16 on each side. And he's thrown 4 of them. So he just scoops up a handful in each hand. He goes, well, if I can't just focus on you, I'll take out this whole town. And he holds them, like, he just like lines them out on the rail of the ship, and you see him, he just prepares as if he's going to just rapid fire flick all these chess pieces out into the town at random.
Then Data's going to rush forward. He's going to call it the Gust Front.
I think this is your first time using Gust Front. Do you want to explain how it
Yeah.
works?
Right in front of him. It's a stationary small twister stood in front of something like a wall that blocks projectiles.
The perfect move for right now, basically.
Yep.
So, alright, you know what? Freeze. Instead of like rapid fire flicking, he set them up, you know, like a set of bowling pins, and he was basically going to flick one and then let Chaos Theory take over, so the rest of them would like just scatter out. So he's got that set up, and he's like, this is the end for both you and this entire little town, Data.
Data just does it casually. He just flicks his wrist.
Yeah. What's a stupid anime move? My mind is thinking for the Queen, or like what's a chess reference?
What's the pieces he's throwing?
All of them.
All at once?
Basically, yeah. They're all in like a triangle pyramid shape, and he's gonna flick the first one into all the others. And pardon?
En passant.
Yeah. On passant. Flicks, and you just go. I'm assuming you do the JoJo's. You turn, look away, pose, and go. Gust Front.
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, he literally completely turns around. Isn't even looking in his direction. He just snaps.
And Gust Front comes up. The remaining 28 chess pieces all get thrown into the Gust Front. For anime purposes, I'm going to say they all get spiraled upwards, they fly up, and then they come crashing back down, and they smash into the boat. So they put 27 holes in the boat, leaving just a single king piece that flies down and cracks him straight on the head.
Checkmate.
Doof! Victory! Is there anything else you want to do before I jump over to Maggie? Aside from JoJo's pose.
Nah.
I love the image of his Navy ship just slowly sinking. Just cash. Alright.
Still pretty sure I did everything. I said the line.
Alright. Maggie. Everything you wanted sorted, that's very quickly been done. People run around, they've got you cables, they've brought you everything you need. You now have all 4 of these fantasy anime railguns hooked up. What's your plan? Also, you're on mute. This is where Shogun says, I left the computer half an hour ago.
No, I kind of wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Wait, is it my turn now?
Yeah. Were you playing League in the background?
No,
That's
an
fine.
insult.
Hey.
Were you playing Dwarf Fortress in the background?
Earlier, but not anymore.
That's fair. This is very bitty and all over the place. Alright.
If everything is hooked up, I will not actually inform Hotbod like I told him I would. And instead, I'm going to load in my ammunition into the gun, into the cannon, and fire it.
Wow.
Using my special abilities. Well, several actually. First I use lock on, and then aim. And then I use seeker ammo, which allows me to, well, let me exactly read it out. Marksman may fire a projectile once per day at a target within range. What's the range?
I'm gonna say,
The island?
yeah, with all 4 of them hooked up, let's just say the whole ass island.
Cool. Yeah, I'm routing all of the power from all 4 of them into just one of them. And then I'm going to take 2 of my cigars, burn both of them, and put all of that power into the cannon as well. And then, yeah, so the projectile travels to the target even around corners. Only an unavoidable obstacle or the limit of the projectile's range prevents the target's flight. This ability negates cover, concealment modifiers, but otherwise it's holding it normally.
What are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for all 4 of the cannons and Hotbod's office.
Fuck.
Because I can make the bullet travel wherever I want, so I want to go out and immediately curve and turn around and come back and hit all 4 of the towers and then come up into his office.
Okay.
Now I have a question.
Yeah.
Once I set that thing going, do I have to stay at the gun
No.
or no? Is it okay? Cool. Then immediately after firing it, I will take my rope, hook it to the edge of the wall, and rappel down.
Okay, so obviously the
Actually,
game
no.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I say obviously the game mechanics allow this, and that's cool. In character, how are you making this fucking happen? Because obviously
it's the
you're.
bullet.
Yeah, obviously you're trying to
The
hit.
ability is called Seeker Ammo. So I have this bullet that I brought, this custom round I bought, has wings on it that can actually turn themselves, like can rotate around. It has 4 fins that allow it to angle and curve itself.
Okay. And
So
obviously.
it probably doesn't have a super tight turn. So it probably has to go way out super far, come around, hit one of the towers, then it goes flying past. Then it has to take a long way around, turn around, and hit another tower, and then so it takes a moment. Although this thing is flying super, super fast.
Yeah. Okay, so since you're trying to hit 5 targets with this one attack, that is, I think it's -2 for each additional target you try to hit with a single attack, isn't it?
Yep.
So you're taking a -10 on this,
Okay.
with whatever pluses you've added onto this as well.
So he still has a +25.
No. Well, no, but it's pretty good. Oh no, that's not even that great.
Okay, so it's 13, and is that with all of your pluses accounted for?
That's with everything.
Damn.
Yeah, because
-10.
lock on is a +10, so you just negated my lock on.
Okay. Okay, 13. I want this to succeed.
Wait, no, I forgot. Another +5.
Okay,
So call that
18.
attack.
18. Alright, yeah. 18 works. Alright, in fact, that works amazingly. Obviously, these are stationary cannons. They don't have much of a defense roll, so boom. It flies all the way around the island, and it just slowly turns itself back round, smashes through 2 cannons, doubles back round, smashes through the other 2 cannons, doubles back round to aim for Hotbod's office. This will take maybe 30 seconds all in all to do this. So let's say, for ease, this takes the entire combat that has happened outside.
Mm-hmm.
So all those combats are going on. So each and every one of you during the combat, you see this projectile fly out and loop back round and loop back round. Maggie, you've got a piece of rope. You, what's the word?
I rappel back down into the fortress.
Yeah, okay, so into the fortress.
Yep.
As you do that, you know, as you get back down, people start going, what's she doing? What's going on? And then a few seconds later, the fire, like the projectile comes, blows up 2 cannons. We go, oh, she's a traitor! What? And then it comes, destroys the other 2 cannons. We go, uh-oh. And then it comes, and it'll fly and go into the office. As you stand there and kind of like just go, ha 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 ha.
I'm looking for a place to hide. I'm looking to move towards a room or building that is not super occupied, has as few people as possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, what I would like to get to is the room where they keep all of the diving equipment, because they'll probably have a hole in the floor there, a hatch down into the water. I want to go to that room. To that room.
So, as roll me a search or a hide. Well, you're looking for something specifically, so yeah, search or investigation or whatever the hell appropriate roll is for it. Spot. Okay, 17. Yeah. You're looking around and you can see, a place where it says like diving equipment. You're like, aha, over there. What you also spot, because it's quite obvious, as you start walking over, something that was very strange. You are fully expecting, there to be like a nice big kaboom. Where's the kaboom?
You're supposed to be an earth shatter.
Big kaboom! Instead, sticking out of the door to Hotbod's office, you see the bullet still there, being held. It is in midair. As you walk past, because you have to walk past the door, you see Hotbod standing perfectly still, hand out, gripping the edge of this, his entire body. It looks hard and jagged and solid, and you see him physically tensing and holding on. Ugh, yeah, great workout. I'm hard, so hard. Yeah.
Kuroshima, is this you?
Imagine like a hybrid.
Kill them.
It is basically Kirishima. It's like a hybrid of like Kirishima and Tetsu Tetsu.
Tetsu, 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 tetsu.
Because
have basically the same ability.
yeah, so it's like a mixture of hardening and
Iron and
steel.
stone.
Yeah. As he's standing there holding on. So, my handsomeness wasn't enough to win you over. Oh God.
To be honest, you're one of the most ugly things I've ever seen.
With
And then I
that,
duck into the building.
with that,
Wow.
he steps aside, lets go, and just flies through his office, puts a giant hole in the back wall, and explodes out in the ocean. He goes, "There's very few things that can pierce my amazingly hard muscles. That hurt me deeply. I'm gonna kill you now." And he, yes, he stretches, cracks joints, and goes, "All right." And he's gonna follow and pursue you.
Okay, so as soon as I'm in there, I would like to. Is there a hatch for the divers to go down in the water?
That totally is now, because that's a cool as hell idea.
Cool. So I take out 2 of my explosive packs and light the wicks for them to explode very, very soon, and then jump down the hatch into the water. And so I just leave those 2 explosive packs in that room for anyone who might be following me.
Okay. We are at basically the end of the session, which is a shame, because I've got a cool thing that's going to happen. But, so the explosions go off, and we'll end that scene there, and we'll pick up with that next time.
Because I'm pretty sure he can't go in the water, and I don't have to breathe.
Oh, I've got an amazing thing, because I'm not going to lie, his Devil Fruit is kind of OP. Because I thought, yeah, this needs to be really good. Alright. So, everybody else, your battles have finished. Merc, you're heading for Remnant Forest. Data, what are you doing?
Data is. I guess he's making sure.
Are you just going
would
to
see
ignore
the
the stream?
Of course, I would
I
join
mean,
the screens.
you're a Marine officer, you can handle it. If I see the explosions, then I'd probably.
Start heading towards the place. So you're gonna go, I should probably go check that out.
Yeah.
And Smithy kind of goes, yeah, probably. Want me to do anything?
I mean, you're already watching people, so just keep doing that.
You gotcha. Shoot. So, Data, you're going to start heading up that way. Merc, you reach the forest. You find a big burnt patch of trees, a basically naked Japanese schoolgirl, face down, and some materials have covered the posterior, so there's nothing untoward. And you see an unconscious big boy friend and a screaming skunk.
Foaming at the mouth with pain.
I'm just gonna sigh and put all 3 of them in bubble coral and have them follow me.
What did you do with legally distinct Kuwabara?
Left him in the sand.
Yeah, cool. So you're bringing blown up girl as
I don't
well?
know who she is.
Okay. Yep. All in the same bubble?
Individual
Separate bubbles.
Okay.
Yeah, you put us all in the bubble, all that's gonna happen is he's gonna be moving it, and every once in a while he's gonna hear freaking Jimmy screaming because we're gonna hit the freaking
Yeah.
leaves.
Alright.
Well, I don't think it would bother Nick too much, because wouldn't I be technically muted inside the bubble?
Sound comes out.
Oh, okay.
And with that voice, yeah, he would clearly be hearing you scream the entire way.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put up with that.
So,
You put him in a special one that, like, he won't move in, so his legs are elevated or something.
You put his legs in a bubble and suspend them, and then put the rest of him in a bubble. There we go. Solved it.
I'm
Put
hanging
his
upside
legs in a
down.
bubble and hang him upside down.
All of my blood is in my head.
Alright, and so with that, you can make the rest of the way. The rabble marine, they've booked it. They've gone, nope. And the fish people, they're like, alright, we're gonna just gather ourselves back together. And
You can use this time to get a workout in. Do some in the air. Keep the blood flowing.
I'm like, the Captain, this is a nice temporary fix and all, but can you do something about my niece?
Not right this moment.
Oh.
I don't have any herbs on me.
Okay.
an amount
Probably
of
when we get back to it. But...
an amount of time passes. Where were you heading to? Were you heading back to the ship? Were you heading up to where the giant bullet that flew across the sky came from?
Yes, going to the
Right.
marine base.
So for convenience, you arrive the same time Data does, and you see the marine base is wrecked. The towers have been blown up, essentially. There's no weapons. You see a giant smoldering hole creating like out of where the office should have been.
I'm
And
gonna smirk.
and at this point, I will edit in the flashback, revealing where this was planned all along. Where Maggie's like, "I'm gonna go screw him over." That seems like the appropriate point to edit that in, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just put that on a list while you're searching.
Data.
Yeah.
The situation has changed a bit. I really do believe that infiltrating just to disable the cannons would be most important.
Okay.
I would go in. I have a list of signals for you so that we can communicate without being tapped in any way. And yes, I think that this would be most important, so that whatever you end up doing, whatever the plan the captain goes with, they don't have the cannons.
All right.
Because we just saw what those do. The captain does not know what those things can do. That was a little one.
Those big ones could easily wipe out chunks of this island.
Yes.
True.
They're so powerful and so arranged that they don't need to shoot us. They can threaten to just disintegrate the village.
Which they probably would. Knowing we were coming here originally anyway, they might already be planning it.
We cannot take a single action until those cannons are disabled.
I agree.
Stealth
Let me go fix it.
All right. If you're going to be infiltrating, I can signal back in kind with my fruit.
It's at about this time that
Sending-
you would hear a ring from your black Dindin or your baby Dindin Mushi.
I'm just gonna pick it up.
Gotcha.
Hello.
Hello?
Maggie,
Oh, Maggie.
Yes.
go for mission.
Yes, sir.
In the
I will
meantime-
hand
Data and a piece of
A-
paper.
Data a piece of paper, and I'm gonna send it to you real fast, Rin.
All right. Data will turn to Zoroon and Jimmy. Like, in the meantime, we need to evacuate just as a precaution.
Well, I think the fastest way to evacuate would be to probably pop this bubble. They'd run mad from that.
Yeah, but we need to do it in a peace. Confusion, if people run around screaming, not only would potentially alert the Marine base, but people could get injured in the process. We have to do it quiet.
I'm gonna turn this to... Did we ever say what the Smithy's name was?
Smithy.
His name is Smithy.
Smithy the Smithy.
I'm gonna turn to him. Do you know anywhere we can get maybe a couple boats just to move them further down the island?
Oh, the fisher people, they have boats.
They have
Alright.
boats.
Well,
I mean, they're
Smithy, they
rowboats,
trust you.
but
Yeah.
alright.
They may not trust us, but they trust you.
I mean, I might just be a grizzled old tactical officer, but if you wanted my professional opinion, which is not professional, the range on those cannons, which I made, so I know this. Yeah, they could hit a village. What they can't do is they can't hit over to the fisherman port. That's why the fishermen are, that's why they're locked in. However, if we created a big enough disturbance over there, that would mean they have to send ground troops, which would at least cause some level of distraction, giving whoever's
It's
doing
really loud for
whatever.
disabling to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need a distraction. What I need, and I pick up the gun, is an offering.
That's risky.
Real risky.
They get their hands on this, they have the ability to mass produce these.
I take out a chunk of explosives and fit it in the underside, like inside the casing of the prototype.
So
They're
eventually
not.
they go to fire it, they blow it up in their hands.
Yes, I'm not giving them anything. And like you said, it's best if this is destroyed.
Smithy kind of looks at you and goes like, I like you people. Alright. Operation Punch Hotbody in the dick. Hotbod in the dick. Is that what we're doing?
Before that, I
You're
pick up.
over the dindin.
I pick up. But by the way, was the cult thing still connected this whole time? So he's hearing the whole plan.
Yeah, I've been hearing this whole conversation.
Wait.
Okay.
No. If this was happening,
That'd be bad.
no, we don't want this broadcasted just in
No.
case.
And so everyone's there. You're all there. You know Maggie's jumped off somewhere. But you don't know where Maggie is. In fact, all you see is an explosion happen, and you see Hotbod thrown out of a room. Well, actually, no, you don't see Hotbod thrown out of a room. I need to do something with him still. You just see an explosion go off, and a door like fly off, go. Who has words to say to wrap up the session? All right. And I think
Muffled grunts come from my bubbles. I'm trying to stand up and failing miserably because I'm still a little out of it.
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
My chest is slightly caved in.
James gonna not like see Hotbod made the mistake of letting Maggie around explosive.
She did this.
Well, who else do you think did it?
They didn't know. She only told
Malfunction?
the higher ups, i.e. us.
Come on. I'm just saying, like, Maggie disappears, explosion happens immediately after.
Yes, that's pretty simple.
It's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty tight and fast, isn't it?
oh,
Well,
okay.
hey Cap, you got any of those healing potions on you?
No, I do not. Not on me. They're back on the ship.
Why didn't you ask him to bring some?
They don't, like...
Sorry, I thought you could handle yourselves.
Sorry, I thought you were competent.
I mean, at this point, do you look over and see the basically naked Japanese schoolgirl in a bubble next to you as well?
They just like, wait.
Why did you bring this crazy bitch?
Oh. Is she the one that did this to you?
Was it just
Yes.
her?
Just one?
There were two of you.
And 0 kneecaps!
Did you not notice the giant metal ball laying on the ground?
There were two of you. and one of her,
She's
and you in this bad of shape.
okay. Fair.
This is the reason you're not in command.
She clunked me in the head,
To be fair,
and he
I am
shattered his kneecaps, all in the span of a minute.
I'm a specialist scientist. I should not even be in combat, Captain.
Why were you in range?
Oh
I
boy.
wasn't at first.
She had like a 3-foot-long chain.
Perhaps we need to resume. combat
Excuse me,
training.
do you forget how tall you are?
Fuck.
Fuck.
Like a 16-foot-long chain. I don't even know where she was keeping the rest of the damn chain. Look at her.
About 60 feet long. Interesting.
Uh-huh. Anyway.
Still a little dazed. Shut up.
The good news
Are we
is,
even still recording?
Oh yeah, this is still going.
Good.
good news is, my
That's a
knees
lot.
don't hurt anymore. Bad news is, I don't quite feel them.
Here.
I mean, I do feel I should point out
You leave my bubble alone.
that she
I'll
was
carry you.
probably the hardest
No.
encounter.
What?
She was probably the most difficult encounter. They-
I
Considering
also
she royally.
fought a swordsman and removed his sword. So
Yeah, see, I tried removing. I was trying to remove the ball and chain, and I was barely able to do that thanks
you should have
to Sir
sundered.
Skunk.
Did you
The
Sort of
thing-
what?
Sunder. It's a special
Great.
move that you can do to break someone else's weapon.
I don't have that.
Anyone has it.
Everyone has it.
Everyone has it. It's on page 182.
Well, to be fair, before I could actually
Three.
be conscious of a decision, I got clunked.
Yeah, that'll happen. Data will turn and be like, Captain, as you can see, I completed my section of the mission relatively unharmed.
Oh, which one did you face?
I don't know, some nerd with glasses. As soon as I
Ah.
started glasses, he was a complete pushover.
Figures. Send the smart one to fight the smart one.
I mean, Data, you have a really large and noticeable, like, deep bruise in your chest. Probably a couple of cracked ribs.
Relatively unharmed.
Oh yeah, he may have the cracked ribs. I'm pretty sure my entire ribcage is just in shambles right now.
Meanwhile, I took
Shut the
3
fuck
damage.
up.
Or
Also,
3.
You don't need your legs to live. I typically need my ribs.
Just to note, this base has access to sea stone, and I highly suggest we don't let Maggie around.
And why is that? You said sarcastically.
Positive. That can kill me.
I'm pretty sure she's already working on it if she's here.
And I just
It would be
said-
good insurance. And it's fun to research.
Maybe she can figure out how much it will take to actually cause you not to use your devil fruit and just make something slightly less just to stun you.
I mean, I feel I should point out, you realize all bar 4 of his chess pieces are slowly sinking into the ocean with him.
I mean, I figured.
Did you not get him off the sinking ship?
No.
Oh my god.
We
What?
are Marines. We are the good guys.
Alright,
It's a no good pirate.
I'd also, can I just point one thing out, Bardic?
yeah.
I just like to imagine this girl laying in the bubble next to us has a clean like line down her front from like her head to her toes, pretty much. It just slunk.
Oh, yeah.
Barely missed.
Oh yeah,
Right.
big hit.
Oh, my bad. I guess I'll just hop in the ocean, swim out, and grab him.
That's Captain's job. He's the fishman.
Well, my point is that I literally can't do
Could-
that.
Couldn't you just create an air bubble within it and drag him out of it?
Nope, not how that works. Not
Oh.
yet, anyway.
Okay. I think there is a good ending point, unless anybody has any more jokes they want to crack.
Like my niece.
Ribs. And my
That's the
soul.
last broken knee joke I'll make this at the end of this.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap up. I'm gonna have to edit this, but since I didn't go on Twitch, I can upload it a lot sooner than usually. Yes, it requires me to still get on and edit it, so. I have been the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. There is also a Discord server. I should really start putting that link in more places. It's fun, and the stuffs. That's
Phone record.
we do.
That seems to be our main reason people even hang out in our server.
Shh. Don't tell them that.
Then you're just gonna have him get spammed with a bunch of random people.
I'll be fine.
Poker Chord's literally playing on 1 million servers right now.
I know, and we're part of 3 of them.
Jesus Christ. Alright. I did my outro. Someone else, do an outro.
You can find me that has the username Omen264 because I'm basically the only one that uses it. I have not found anyone else so far. Don't steal it. Mine. Trying to make YouTube videos, but I'm lazy, so I'm not even uploading them. I'm gonna try to get better about that, but again, quarantine, so everyone's making YouTube videos. So if you do find it, hey, you found the lucky gold. It's still shit. Next person.
Were you lucky, either White Wolf or White Wolf 462? If you can't find it that way, then well, someone stole my name. Also looking at trying to get more on YouTube. That requires me actually doing the image to actually record and remembering to record. I keep forgetting. Hopefully I'll have more time over the next, I don't know, few weeks.
Yeah. Do you have anything else going on?
On lockdown.
Yeah, you say that, but my work wasn't.
Yeah.
I had to
Anyways.
finesse my way to that one.
Anyways, I am Nikitis Roder on Twitter and everywhere else. I am Strider Winters. I'm here quite often because I am Bardic's mod.
Yep.
You have the
You can also find me on Bounce and Stream on alternating Saturdays from this game, playing as Lysias Vioric, the Goliath war cleric. It was a lot of fun. You can also find me on my own Twitch channel at Strider Winters. It's all the same. I stream just kind of whatever I'm feeling for the day. I don't have a schedule. I don't have a particular game set that I play. I just kind of play games and hope people show up. I don't even have affiliate yet, so it's just people, me.
They're fun. They're very cool. They're very chill. Very relaxed.
Yeah.
That leaves Shogun and Rin. Who's gonna? Is this like a contest of who can put the least amount of effort in and go last? I just created a standoff, didn't I?
I think you did.
Someone talk! I need to stop recording. I need to go get on with real life.
Ren equals radio check. Shogun, go.
Shogun's fucked up again.
God damn it.
I'm here.
Who are you?
I'm tired.
That's fair. I am also very tired.
I may
because
stream later today.
That'd be cool.
It would be cool.
I'm Shogun. That's it.
And we all know Rin can't be found at Radio Shack. Because if you're going to Radio Shack, you're breaking quarantine, and that's a no-no.
You
Radio
will
Shack
be
is
eliminated
non-essential.
immediately.
Alright, with that, we're going to wrap up. I'm going to crack on and edit this, I don't know, maybe Monday.
Good fucking luck.
Ugh, God.
Is Socket City still a thing?
Yeah, actually.
Wow.
So, until
Reboot a couple years ago.
next time, everybody, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye-bye.